What a fucking waste of Sarah Paulson. Run as a Hulu original movie from the director of Searching, stars Sarah Paulson as Diane, taking care of her sick daughter Chloe, played by Kira Allen. Chloe's very sick from a premature birth. She's in a wheelchair. She has to be on an inhaler, other medication. She has a heart issue. She has so many problems. Diane homeschools her. She takes care of her, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, after year after year after year. In spite of all that, Chloe is a smart, talented, passionate teenager who's going to go into college. Diane mentions all this in a support group meeting with various other parents that have, sick kids, and she's happy. Her daughter can go out and experience the world, with how she's raised her. And Diane can get back into dating, do stuff that she hasn't been able to do because she's been taking care of her sick daughter that needs her care. And then from there, the movie just stays on the same path I knew it was going to stay on from the trailer and doesn't really deviate from it. I mean, it kind of goes around a tree maybe that's in the road, or it, avoids a porcupine from hitting it. It just basically just goes around a little bit but stays on the same straight road for, the 86-minute runtime. If you can't tell, I fucking hated this movie. And here's why I hated this movie. One, it wastes Sarah Paulson's talents. And Kira Allen, I haven't really heard much of. I think I've maybe seen her in one other movie. She was fine. The two leads were fine in this. Everything else about it was fucking cliched, fucking annoying, and fucking infuriating, and actually goddamn laughable. I was laughing my ass off for pretty much the last half of this goddamn movie. I'll get into spoilers here in a little bit, but if you weren't able to guess what every cliche would be in this movie, you're better than me. And I don't mind cliched horror. I don't mind cliched movies in general, but when you make them PG-13, you're restraining yourself. You can't go headfirst into the subject matter, make it as dark as possible, and have as much fun with it. PG-13 tends to limit you, even though there have been some good PG-13 horror movies and horror comedies. The big thing is, though, this movie might be scarier to somebody that needs 24-hour care, that maybe feels like their lifeline, like maybe there's something going on about it, like there's a bit of a trust issue because you have so many things that you put in the hands of other people, like your medical care and everything. So I get that. I can understand why that would be scary. The problem is this movie isn't scary. It's fucking laughable. Sarah Paulson, as good as she is really fucking good. Kira Allen, as good as she is for a young actress, cannot save this from being a goddamn dumpster fire and goddamn laughable. And every character looks really fucking stupid for falling for everything that, once we get to in the spoiler territory here, I'll explain. But every character looks really fucking stupid for not recognizing that there was clearly something else just below the surface. I mean, there's being naive, and then there's just being one-note characters that are fucking goddamn stupid. And that's what everybody else looked like in this goddamn thing. Once it gets to, the third act twist, so to speak, I fucking knew that was going to happen right away. I mean, it was pretty goddamn obvious, especially from the opening scene. If you've seen it, you fucking know. And it just made me goddamn laugh. And I couldn't take the movie seriously pretty much from about 35 minutes in. And I give credit to the performances. Once again, Kira Allen really selling the fact that she was, this sick and everything and doing that stuff. That was actually pretty damn good. And Sarah Paulson played a pretty good mother that was just at the end of her goddamn rope, so to speak. Unfortunately, everything else about the movie is goddamn stupid and annoying and, fucking shit. And this is one of the worst movies I've seen this year. So now I'm going to get into spoilers, by the way. So if you're here still, spoilers. Yeah, avoid this shit. Spoilers. Okay, so opening scene has Diane basically seeing her young daughter, born prematurely. She's in, the incubator and everything, or whatever the fuck they call it. And, they're trying to save her and stuff like that because she was born so prematurely. Well, it turns out that this girl actually isn't her daughter because her daughter, Chloe, died 2 hours and 11 minutes into her life. Very unfortunate. Sad that the child had to suffer that way. Very sad. It really is. It kind of glosses over on this, but that basically fractured Diane's psyche, and she is around ICU, or, around where the kids are, the maternity ward. That is not ICU, even though she probably should have been committed after all that shit. She steals a kid and raises this kid as her own. It makes the kid sick, a perfectly normal, healthy kid. That's all she fucking does. There's so many goddamn scenes that are fucking laughable about this. It turns out that she slipped up and was giving medication to numb the girl's legs that was dog medication, basically to help with, issues with dogs' legs and stuff like that. This is so fucking shit. Even with the good acting, you're just ready to just scream and laugh, and that's all I fucking did. All I did was laugh at this goddamn thing. it was so fucking bad. I can't even get over how goddamn bad it was. There was, the scene where she finds out this dog medication. And she finds out at a pharmacy, and while her mother's watching a movie, and they don't go out very much, basically, because of all that. And the mother's like, no, you can't find this stuff out. The mother doesn't even let her use the goddamn internet, because she knows she's going to search for this stuff and everything, because the mother's clearly fucking fractured. Then she kills the mailman that tries to save Chloe. And then Chloe finds out about all this stuff that I just mentioned, and then she ends up drinking some, fluid, some kind of fluid. I didn't commit it to memory because I don't give a shit. Ends up in the hospital, and then her mother tries taking her out of the hospital. When she's all, all this kind of stuff, because she drank some, toxic liquid for humans, and then the nurse sees that, she wrote this note saying mom, but it was really badly written because her, nerves were basically shot, and also because she just drank poisonous liquid. And then Diane gets shot and sent down some goddamn stairs. And then Chloe, 7 years later, is, grown up, has to basically use the wheelchair because of all the shit that she was given, but can actually walk a bit on a cane. And does, medical stuff for people because she's been able to go to college. She has a husband. She has a daughter who has been able to see the grandparents, the parents that she never got to have. We just skip over all that. Why have that shit being shown? And she's visiting Diane, who's basically in, a prison bed and all sick and everything. And then it turns out that Chloe snuck some of these, dog medication pills in and says open wide. And then that ends. So, yeah, this movie. And I don't tear notes up for movies very often. I usually save it for wrestling reviews. That's all I gotta say. This movie can... This movie can fucking eat shit. That's all I gotta say about that. F. Gets a goddamn F. This is absolutely gonna be in my worst movies of the year list. Which is growing, by the way. I'm probably gonna have to do a top 20. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm Charles Ritlin. I'll see you soon.